Shalom, fam. It's Yomore, Jaden Israel. Happy Sukkot. Happy Feast of Booths. In Hebrew, it's Chag Sukkot Sameach. That's right, family. Hopefully you are celebrating the feast days of Sukkot. Hopefully you're spending some time dwelling in a booth, family. If you built a booth yourself, you built a hut, or if you set up a tent, let us know how you are doing it, family. Hopefully you are celebrating this time and that you are eating good. Remember, Sukkot is our Thanksgiving. Now, before I begin with tonight's live stream, before I reveal secrets of Sukkot, which is the title of today's live, secrets of the Sukkot sacrifices. Before I reveal these secrets, family, let me go ahead and I got to do this. I got to do the right thing. I apologize for yesterday's live stream, for this was the topic of yesterday's live, but unfortunately, we experienced some technical difficulties. That's my alibi, so I'm running with that. And with that said, I'm here tonight to make up for yesterday. I think this is the first time I've ever went live on a Thursday. Normally, I go live on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, but tonight I'm making an exception to make up for yesterday's live. I apologize once again, family, for yesterday's kerfuffle, and hopefully the same thing does not happen tonight. Now, before we begin, let me go ahead and share these announcements. They are worth it, family. You do not want to miss the announcements. Let me go ahead and share my screen. We got some free goodies. That's right. Let me show you how you get these free goodies. And they're worth money. You should pay for these free goodies. These goodies should not be free. You should pay for them. I'll be here all day. Let me show you how you get these free goodies. Just below the video, this video right here, or any video of mine, for example, this video right here. Happy Sukkot, the Feast of Booths. Go ahead and click on this video. And when you do so, family, what you want to do is go below the video. Like this. Click on more. Free goodies. Your favorite four-letter F word. F-R-E-E, free. The Lord's Prayer in Hebrew and English. Video tutorial and free PDF download. "30 words in Paleo Hebrew, Biblical Hebrew and English, video and PDF. The 10 Commandments in Hebrew and English, video and PDF. The Shema prayer in Hebrew and English, video and PDF. And the priestly blessing in Hebrew and English, the Benediction. You guessed it, video and PDF. I made these video tutorials and the free PDF downloads. That way you can have them right in your phone. Want to start learning Hebrew? Hebrew Foundations course, perfect for beginners. Complete Biblical Hebrew course, bundle with discount, the best value to master Biblical Hebrew. I recommend this bundle. Also, there's courses for children and adults. Go ahead where it says all Hebrew courses. Now, children, you can learn, adults, you can learn alongside your children. And as a former Sunday school teacher and licensed minister in Christianity, it is my privilege to teach Biblical Hebrew. Need Hebrew Israelite apparel? If you desire to represent the kingdom of Yah with your clothes, you can do so. Let me show you how, family. Just click on that link right here. Just click on this link right here, family, and it will take you to Kavod, which is the name of the Hebrew Israelite apparel brand. Let me go ahead and share my screen. Kavod, styled in legacy. Kavod is the Hebrew word for honor. splendor, and glory. Shalom, unlock 20% off your order. For example, this matching couples t-shirts that you see on screen, both those shirts you can have together for 20% off. And Kavod has 4.9 rating. It should be 5.0. It should be 5 stars. Due to the Bumbleclots, it's 4.9. Contrary to popular belief, the customer is not always right. I repeat, the customer is not always right. Now, you can look on the left side. It's divided by categories. There's clothing for men, women, and children, clothing for regular days and feast days, hats, beanies, do-rags, t-shirts, hoodies, sweaters, jackets, sweatpants, sandals, etc., etc. We'll just scroll down. I'm going to go ahead and share with you, family, how you can get 20% off your order. Right here in the announcement category, use this link. Use that link to get your 20% off your order. That's a great deal, family. Take advantage. Or pay full price. Or pay full price. Now, back to the announcements. If you like to support the ministry, you can. You can unlock exclusive content that you'll find nowhere on the internet, from digital downloads, which are tools that are going to help you with your studies, family. Also, if you like advanced biblical teachings that I can't put on YouTube, if you would like behind the scenes footage, exclusives, if you like to see bloopers, if you like to laugh at my pain, you can do so, but it will be at your expense and mine. Just go ahead and subscribe to the Patreon. There's different tiers. You can subscribe and unsubscribe anytime. Also, you can support the ministry with Cash App, PayPal, Buy Me a Coffee, and the YouTube Super Chat. Videos to watch next. Check this video out. Hebrew Israelites Thanksgiving is Sukkot. What is Sukkot and how to keep Sukkot? Check this video out, and I give you the free game. All praises. Now, let me go ahead and scroll to the top of the video. Actually, let me go back. Let me go back to the top. Let me show you, family. Right here. Here's our schedule. Just click on more at the top of the page. Schedule. The Shabbat word. The Shabbat word is our Shabbat service. It's our Shabbat service. It includes prayer, praise music, preaching. The Shabbat word. Friday nights, 7 o'clock p.m. Pacific time. I repeat, 7 o'clock p.m. Pacific time. Motivation Mondays. Motivation Monday. Mondays at 10 o'clock a.m. Pacific time. Real Talk Tuesday. Open panel live streams. Tuesdays at 5:30 p.m. Pacific time. And when I'm available, I go live on Wednesdays at 5:30 p.m. Pacific time. And on Thursdays, normally I like to release a short or a clip. Also, you can find my links right here. We went through these links already. IG, Facebook, Meta, Jade and Jazz. This is my wife and I's channel. My wife and I, we speak about black love, trending topics, celebrity news. We're Israelites and we still black. You know that's right. If you'd like to contact me on my email, it's right here, family. All glory to our great King. Now let's get started with tonight's live stream. Secrets of the Sukkot sacrifices. Open panel. Now, what I'm about to share, family, my guess is that you're not familiar. You are not familiar with what I'm about to share. If you are, shout out. But I'm going to take a guess. I'm going to go ahead and take that chance and say that you are not familiar with what I'm about to bring out right now. Let me go ahead and pull up this link. And let's take a look at the secrets of the Sukkot sacrifices. The sacrifices, I don't know about you, but especially as a Christian, that's the part that you skip over in the Bible, especially the Old Testament, but especially when it talks about the sacrifices. I remember just seeing the sacrifices as a Christian. I remember thinking to myself, whack part, turn to the book, keep turning the pages, keep turning the pages. Sacrifices? Oh, whack part, whack part. The sacrifices were the whack part. But you know what? There is gems in the sacrifices. Don't sleep on the sacrifices. But I'm so glad we don't got to do them today. Man, I tell you, I am so far removed. And I bet that you are so far removed from doing sacrifices. However, there's so much insights within the sacrifices. And tonight we're going to reveal the sacrifices of Sukkot. We're going to reveal gems that I bet Pastor Pork Chop never told you. Why? Because he was too busy eating pork chops. And while he was reading the Bible, eating his pork chops, he saw the sacrifices. He skipped past it. He thought to himself, whack part. Turn them pages until you get to Matthew. Okay, now let's go with this link right here, family. Let me go ahead and share my screen. There we go. Sacrifices on Sukkot by Lindsay Healy Pollock. This is from Sepharia.org. Family, I encourage you to tap into Sepharia.org. It is a great website. Sepharia.org will bless your studies. Let's get it. Sukkah 55b 9. Rabbi Elazar said, these 70 bulls that are sacrificed as additional offerings over the course of the 7 days of Sukkot, to what do they correspond? Did you know that, family? During the 7 days of Sukkot, 70 bulls were offered. Did Pastor Pork Chop teach you that? Hebrew highlighter. Give me 1 second, family. I'm making sure this live stream is working correctly. Yesterday, I actually did the whole live stream, but y'all didn't see me. So it looks like that I'm lying. There was a technical difficulty and I was never able to get the camera back on screen. But I actually recorded the whole lesson. I shot the whole lesson. I did the whole lesson, but no one was able to see it, family, or hear it, unfortunately. Okay, we're having some issues. Let me go ahead and check this link. Let's go. Just bear with me, family. Just making sure we're good. But yes, make sure you like the video. Thumb up the video, family. Thumb up the video, subscribe. We appreciate the support. Thank you, Byron Wheeler. I apologize for yesterday, and I did get your comment. I got your comment. I took down that video, but I apologize for that. It was a technical difficulty. That's my alibi, and I'm running with it. And if I have to testify in court, or if I'm under arrest, I plead the fifth. I just want to make sure we're good. But yes, let me go ahead and get back to it. There are 70 bulls that are offered on Sukkot. Awesome. Okay, I just had to double check myself. Just wanted to make sure. All right. Let's get it. Rabbi Elazar, Slika family. This is from Sukkah 55b 9. Rabbi Elazar said, these 70 bulls that are sacrificed as additional offerings over the course of the 7 days of Sukkot, to what do they correspond? They correspond to the 70 nations. Did you know that, family? They correspond to the 70 nations. Why is a single bull sacrificed on the 8th day of assembly? It corresponds to the singular nation, Israel. The 70 nations are found in Genesis 10. Genesis 10. In Genesis 10, the table of nations lists the descendants of Noah's sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, traditionally identifying 70 nations. Let's continue. Rabbi Yohanan said, "Woe unto the nations of the world that lost something and do not know what they lost. When the temple is standing, the 70 bulls sacrificed on the altar during the festival of Sukkot atones for them. And now that the temple is destroyed, what atones for them?" So in other words, the 70 bulls that were offered during Sukkot brought atonement to the 70 nations. The 70 nations that are mentioned in Genesis 10. Wow, that's fascinating. That's some deep insight. Did you see that observation before, family? Are you aware of this insight? Let's continue. Rashi on Sukkah 55b 9:1. 70 bulls. The bulls of the festival are 70 in total, excluding the sacrifice for Shemini Atzeret, corresponding to the 70 nations to atone on their behalf so that rain will fall on the whole world, because they are judged on the festival regarding water. Shemini Atzeret. Shemini means 8th. Atzeret means assembly. The 8th assembly. The 8th day assembly. The 8th day is a Slika family. The 8th day comes right after Sukkot. Sukkot is 7 days long, and right after Sukkot is the 8th day, Shemini Atzeret, which is a separate holy day, and it's the last holy day of the Hebrew year. I did a video on Shemini Atzeret. Let me go ahead and tease my video. This will help you out with Shemini Atzeret, family. If you're not familiar with the day, I think that Shemini Atzeret does not get spoke about enough. I think it's a little underrated. I think we talk about Hanukkah more than we talk about Shemini Atzeret. Hanukkah is not even a feast day. It's a celebration, but it's not a moedim. It's not a moed. It's not a appointed time. But let me go ahead and share this video. That way, if you like a full breakdown on Shemini Atzedet, because I don't like talking over people. I don't like when people talk over me. Let me go ahead and show you. Just go to playlists, go to feast days and celebrations, and let me go ahead and share with you, family, right here. Shemini Atzedet, the 8th day assembly, the last great day. Secrets revealed. Also, Hebrew Israelites Thanksgiving is Sukkot. What is Sukkot and how to keep Sukkot? That's right. All right. Let's go ahead and get back to the gems. Gems on gems on gems. 70 bulls. This is Rashi on Sukkah 55b91. 70 bulls, the bulls of the festival, are 70 in total, excluding the sacrifice for Shemini Atzedet, corresponding to the 70 nations, to atone on their behalf, so that rain will fall on the whole world, because they are judged on the festival regarding water. Rashi on Numbers 29:18:1. And their meal offering and their drink offerings for the bullocks. The bullocks offered on the Feast of Tabernacles are 70 in all, in allusion to the 70 nations of the world. Hebrew highlighter. Write it down, take a picture. The bullocks offered on the Feast of Tabernacles are 70 in all, in allusion to the 70 nations of the world. And they gradually decrease in number each day, an omen to them of gradual annihilation. But during the period when the temple existed and the sacrifices were offered, they protected them against this misfortune. CF Sukkah 55b. It says, and they gradually decrease in number each day. Did you know that, family? Did you know that the sacrifices of the bulls of Sukkot decreased by one each day? For example, on day 1 of Sukkot, 13 bulls were offered. Day 2, 12 bulls. Day 3, 11 bulls. Day 4, 10 bulls. Day 5, 9 bulls. Day 6, 8 bulls. And day 7, 7 bulls. 7 bulls, family, on day 7. I find that to be fascinating. If you add all the bulls up, that's a lot of bulls, family. That's a lot of bull. If you add up all the bulls, family, you get 70 bulls. Let me go ahead and share the scripture. That way you don't think that I'm jawsing, that I'm making this up. This is an amazing observation by Rashi. Let's go to Numbers 28. You read about the sacrifices. Numbers 29. Numbers 29, you read about the offerings of Sukkot. I have the screen almost ready to go. Let me go ahead and scroll down to day 1 of Sukkot right here. Let's go. There we go. On the 15th day of the 7th month is Sukkot, the first day of Sukkot. The 7th month in Hebrew is Ethanim. Ethanim. Technically, it's not Tishri or Tisri. I believe that's Aramaic. But the name of the 7th month in Hebrew is Ethanim. Ethanim. On the 15th day of the 7th month, ye shall have a holy convocation. And here's a cross reference right here, Leviticus 33 to 44. Speaking about Sukkot. And on the 15th day of the 7th month, ye shall have an holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work, and ye shall keep a feast unto yahuah 7 days. And ye shall offer a burnt offering. Let me go ahead and get down to the bull. Let's get to the bull. Right here. 13 young bullocks. Day 1. Day 1. 15th day of the 7th month, which is day 1. 13 young bullocks. Follow me, family. We double check in Rashi. That's what we do, family. We're double checkers. Second day, 12 bulls. Third day, 11 bulls. Fourth day, 10 bulls. Day 5, 9 bulls. Day 6, 8 bulls. And day 7, you guessed it, 7 bulls. I find that fascinating. On the 7th day, 7 bulls were offered. Now, if you add up all the offerings, you're going to get 70 bulls, which represents atonement for the 70 nations. Now, I got me a calculator on my phone. Let's go ahead and add up these offerings. Let's see if it adds up to 70. Let's run that back. Let me scroll down slow. Sorry, family. Don't want to hurt your eyes. On the first day, 13 plus 12 on the second day plus 11 on the third day plus 10 on the fourth day plus 9 on the fifth day plus 8 on the sixth day plus 7 on the seventh day equals 70. 70 bulls. 70 bulls. 70 bulls, family. I'll just go ahead and double check that. 13 plus 12 plus 11 plus 10 plus 9 plus 8 plus 7. I'm showing my work, but the phone is showing the work. Right here, fam. 70 bulls. All praises to our great King. Let's go back to the article. Rashi on Numbers 29:18-2. And for the lambs, in allusion to the Israelites who are called 50:17 scattered lambs. They, the lambs, are a fixed number each day, a symbol that the Israelites are fixed, imperishable, and their total is 98, serving to avert from them the 98 curses which are set forth in Deuteronomy, Numbers 28:15 FF. Wow. According to Rashi, he says the 98 lambs represent Israel. The 98 rams symbolize Israel, serving to avert from them the 98 curses which are set forth in Deuteronomy. Wow, I didn't realize there was 98 curses in Deuteronomy. So there's a connection with the 98 lambs that are offered. There's a connection with the 98 lambs. There's a connection with the 98 lambs and the 98 curses. Wow. That's deep. That's deep, family. All glory to our great King. Also, I like to highlight, let's scroll up to the seventh month. The seventh month is Ethanim, which means enduring. Also, the number 7 represents completion and judgment. Sukkot takes place during the time where the completion of the year is about to come forth. Sukkot comes around the time of the closing of the year. Sukkot comes around during the time of the completion of the year. Remember, the number 7 represents completion. Also, Sukkot comes around during the time of the judgment of the year. Sukkot takes place during the time when the end of the agricultural year will end. Shalom, shalom to Ima Mardia. It's great to see you, Ima Mardia. Ima Marcia Hamilton. It's great to see you. Happy Sukkot. Happy Sukkot to you, Ima Marcia. Happy Sukkot to you and yours. Also, Byron Willer. Byron Willer. Happy Sukkot to you and yours. Also, just wanted to highlight that the number 7 represents completion and judgment, because Sukkot takes place during the time where you gather all the crops of the land. Remember, Sukkot was originally called the Feast of Ingathering. Before it was called Sukkot, it was called the Feast of Ingathering. And Sukkot You will gather all the crops of the land. Then you would celebrate Sukkot. Thanksgiving is Sukkot for us. The agricultural year is about to end. We're coming to the completion of the year, of the Hebrew year in the 7th month. Even though there are 12 months on a Hebrew calendar, month 7, we're coming to the close of the agricultural year. We're coming to the end of the dry season, and we are going to enter into the wet season. The wet season follows after Sukkot and Shemini Atzeret. Now, not all the months, not each 12 month, not all the 12 months have Hebrew names. For example, month 7 is Ethanim. Month 8 is Bull. Month 9, month 10, month 11, and month 12, they don't have any names. And remember that even though we're not connected, a lot of us are not connected to agriculture. Some of us are. Shout out to you all if you grow your own garden, you grow your own food. But a lot of us are not connected to agriculture, but our ancestors were. And the feast days are connected with agriculture, with harvest. So Sukkot, before it was called Sukkot, it was called the Feast of Ingathering. You gathered all the crops of the land. And for the most part, I will say this. Now, there are some crops still remaining that grew here and there, but for the most part, you gather in all as much of the crops as you can. Because during after Sukkot, after Shemini Atzeret, the 8th day assembly, we are going to enter into the rainy season where things are going to stop growing. So it's important. It was important that our ancestors gathered in all the food. They gathered in all the crops. They put them in storehouses to prepare for the rainy season. That's what we have to do today. We must prepare for the rainy season. Family, are you preparing for the rainy season? There's so many gems we can gather from our culture. The Hebrew Bible contains so many secrets, family, so many. Shalom, shalom to Double T, the Hebrew. Thank you for joining us last night. I apologize about last night's live stream. I had a technical difficulty. That's my alibi, and I'm running with it. Now, let's get back to the secrets. Day 1, 14 lambs. Day 2, 14 lambs. Day 3, you guessed it, 14 lambs. Day 4, that's right, 14 lambs. Day 5, I wonder what's going to be. 14 lambs? That's right. Day 6, 14 lambs. And day 7, 14 lambs. Rashi is correct. It's a fixed number. He's correct when he says. And for the lambs, an allusion to the Israelites who are called 50:17 scattered lambs. The lambs are a fixed number each day, a symbol that the Israelites are fixed, imperishable, and their total is 98, serving to avert from them the 98 curses which are set forth in Deuteronomy, Numbers 28:15. We got 98 curses, but 2 ain't one. I took a chance on that one. We got 98 curses, but 2 are not. Okay. Anyways. So yes, there's 98 curses of Deuteronomy according to Rashi. Now, there was 14 on each day. Now, let's go ahead and count that. I'm a nerd, as you can tell. I like to double check. I got my calculator. Let's go. 14. Oh, by the way, right here. So here are the offerings of the bullocks. 13, day 1, 12, day 2, 11, day 3, 10, day 4, 9, day 5, 8, day 6, 7 bulls on day 7. You got 70 bulls offered on Sukkot. The 70 bulls offered represent atonement for the 70 nations. The 70 nations. The 70 nations. The 70 nations you can find in Genesis 10. Now let's do that. Let's double check that math. Let's double check Rashi now. Let's go 14 times 7. That's right. 14 lambs offered on each of the 7 days equal 98 lambs. That represents the lambs that are offered represents the scattered lambs, Israel, and also is connected with the 98 curses of Deuteronomy. And one more again, the 70 bulls offered on Sukkot, representing atonement for the 70 nations. That's right. All right. Zechariah 14:16. And Salika family, Salika. All who survive of all those nations that camp up against Jerusalem shall make a pilgrimage year by year to bow low to the King, Yahuah of hosts, and to observe the Feast of Booths. Any of the earth's communities that does not make the pilgrimage to Jerusalem to bow low to the King, Yahuah of hosts, shall receive no rain. They may not keep Sukkot now, but they will in the future. That's right. Ain't gonna have the nerve to take scripture out of context and say, your feast days. It's not our feast days. It's the feast days of Yahuah. That's right. And we are commanded to keep the feast days, the Moedim, the appointed times. Non-believer, Christian, you may not keep Sukkot now, but you better keep Sukkot in the future. Shots fired. Warning shots, that is. Now, let's get to the scriptures. Let's go to Zechariah. Let's go to Zechariah. Let's go to 14. Let's go to Zechariah 14:9. But I'll just go ahead and read the title. God will battle Jerusalem's foes. Let's skip down to Zechariah 14:9. God will be king over all. That's right. Hallelujah. And Yahuah shall be king over all the earth. In that day shall there be one Yahuah, and his name one. And the land shall be turned as a plain from Geba to Rimmon, south of Jerusalem. And it shall be lifted up and inhabited in her place, from Benjamin's gate unto the place of the first gate, unto the corner gate, and from the tower of Hanail unto the king's wine presses. And men shall dwell in it, and there shall be no more utter destruction, but Jerusalem shall be safely inhabited. Hallelujah. And this shall be the plague wherewith Yahuwah will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Let's go. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. And it shall come to pass in that day that a great tumult from Yahuwah shall be among them, and they shall lay hold every one on the hand of his neighbor, and his hand shall rise up against the hand of his neighbor. And Judah also shall fight at Jerusalem, and the wealth of all the heathen round about shall be gathered together, gold and silver and apparel in great abundance. And so shall be the plague of the horse, of the mule, of the camel, and of the ass, and of all the beasts that shall be in these tents, as this plague. And it shall come to pass, here we go, family, and it shall come to pass that everyone that is left of all the nations which came against Jerusalem shall even go up from year to worship the King, Yahuwah of hosts, and to keep the Feast of Tabernacles. And it shall be that whoso will not come up of all the families of the earth unto Jerusalem to worship the King, Yahuwah of hosts, even upon them shall be no rain. And if the family of Egypt go not up and come not, that have no rain, there shall be the plague wherewith Yahuwah will smite the heathen that come not up to keep the Feast of Tabernacles. Let me read that again. Wherewith Yahuwah will smite the heathen that come not up to keep the Feast of Tabernacles. This shall be the punishment of Egypt, and the punishments of all nations that come not up to keep the Feast of Tabernacles. Let me double check. Let's make sure this is the right. It's the same Feast of Tabernacles. This is not a different Feast of Tabernacles. Maybe it's talking about something different. Maybe there's an issue with the Hebrew. Well, let's check. It says, Chag HaSukkot. Chag HaSukkot. Nope. It's the same. It's the same Feast of Tabernacles. This shall be the punishment of Egypt and the punishment of a few nations, of many nations, of all nations that come not up to keep the Feast of Tabernacles. Wow, that's fire. That's fire, Double T. Right on. Salute. You see what I got? You see what I got me? I rock me a canopy. As my friend like to say, a canopy. I had me a canopy, family. And I will touch upon that real briefly. Let me go ahead and read the scripture. In that day shall there be upon the bells of the horses holiness unto Yahuwah, and the pots in the Lord's house shall be like the bowls before the altar. Yea, every pot in Jerusalem and in Judah shall be holiness unto Yahuwah of hosts. And all they that sacrifice shall come and take of them and seethe therein. And in that day there shall be no more the Canaanite in the house of Yahuwah of hosts. All glory to our great King. That's right. That's right, Double T. They're very affordable. It's very affordable to get a tent. I have me a canopy, which I've had for years. The first time I celebrated Sukkot was in the canopy. And I recently did the same thing, family. I just used what I got. But hey, if you want to be technical, you could follow the instructions that are found in Leviticus 23 on what materials to use to build a Sukkot. Now, there are some changes. Let me use this word. There's some, what's the word I want to say? I'm going to use the word changes, but there are some adjustments that are made. And when you check out Nehemiah, where it talks about the items that were used to build the sukkah. Sukkah means booth, hut, tabernacle, but a sukkah is a hut. It's a booth. And you could use a tent as well. But yes. In Leviticus, the instructions on the items are different than the items that are found in Nehemiah. And go ahead and check out my video, and I do a thorough breakdown on that, family. I'll give you a play-by-play analysis. Let me go ahead and share my screen. If you want to know what I'm talking about, if you like to find out what items to use for your sukkah, for your booth, sukkah is singular for booth. Sukkot is plural for booths. Right here, family. Check this video out. Hebrew Israelites' Thanksgiving is Sukkot. What is Sukkot and how to keep Sukkot? So if you like to find out what items to use for your Sukkot, for your sukkah, for your hut, for your booth, for your sukkah, go ahead and watch this video. Now there's additional instructions. Also, just check out the video, family. You'll know exactly what I'm talking about. I don't want to give my video away. That's why I'm speaking in code. I don't want to give it away. Right on, Double T. And check it. Here's another observation. We are commanded to dwell in booths for 7 days. However, when you read about the wilderness wanderings, when you read about the 40 years of the wilderness, there is no mention of our ancestors dwelling in booths. Go ahead and double check me. Go ahead and look into that. However, we are commanded to dwell in booths for 7 days during the celebration of Sukkot. Now, how long do you dwell? That's up to you. If you ask me from the book of Jaden, just spend a little bit of time. You don't got to be there all day now, but just spend a little bit of time. There's so much you can do in your booth, in your sukkah. You can pray, you can listen to praise music, you can be artistic. There's so much to do, family. You can meditate. Just spend some time in your tabernacle, whether it's a booth that you made yourself, whether if it's a tent that you bought yourself, whether if it's a tent that you bought like Double T the Hebrew, you can buy yourself a tent. You don't have to build a sukkah, if you ask me, from the book of Jaden, which is my opinion. You don't have to build a booth per se, even though that's what it says in the scripture. My opinion, my analysis, my conclusion is that you use what you got. And if you want to go ahead and use a tent, if you want to buy a tent, that works. Ooh, wow, that's fire. That's fire. You say your wife's dad had a farm, so I'll be on the farm cooling it. And check it. A sukkah is a farmer like home as well. Like I see sukkots around here. Like where I live in the Central Valley. I live in Stockton. They grow a lot of food out here. There's a lot of crops that are being grown out here. And just looking out into the city, sometimes I will see a sukkah. I will see a farmer like booth. I will see a farmer's booth. A sukkah, a booth, is a portable home. And you got to remember, our ancestors dwelled in booths during the wilderness. Our ancestors were homeless. Our ancestors were brought out of Egypt by Yah. And not all of our ancestors made it to the promised land. But the wilderness, our ancestors dwelled in booths, representing that our ancestors were homeless. Yeah, it is hood. It's hood out here. And that's crazy that you know about that. You know, that's hood out here. And I believe you're out in Daytona, right? Daytona, Ohio. That's crazy that you know about us. Because like Stockton, like we don't got no recreation here. There's not much to do. There's no fun. There's like no activities to do here. But we have like big city problems for a mid-major town. For the size of this city, which is a mid-major town, there's a lot of crime. There's a lot of crime. We got big city crime with little city recreation. There's really not much to do here. And there's really nothing to see here. You hear me say that all the time, family. There's nothing to see here. But sometimes what you will see is a booth. You will see a booth set up by farmers. Because remember, they're out there, they're outside or whatever, watching the crops, doing the gardening thing, doing the agriculture thing, which I clearly I'm an expert about, as you can tell by the way how I'm explaining it. Oh, wow. Yeah, we have a gang problem out here. Yeah, for you to say, yeah, he was a blood out here. We do have a gang problem. You have a Crips and Bloods problem with the South Side. A lot of Bloods live in the South Side, and on the North Side, a lot of Crips live in the North Side. But yeah, I mean, it's like that in a lot of our cities. It's like, man, different city, same problem. Different city, same problem. No matter where you're at, we got the same issues, family. Shalom, shalom to God's son. Shalom to you. Happy Feast of Sukkot to you. Yeah. But it's like, it's not as bad though. It's not as bad. I guess because I'm in the inside looking on the outside, and you're on the outside looking in. But like you say, you got you know people that live out here. But it's bad, but it's not that bad. As long as you stay out of the way, you're not in the mix, you're all right. But I ain't gonna lie, at nighttime, I don't be going out at night. There ain't no recreation to do out here anyways. And just off tops, I like to just, keep it mellow. I like to stay out of the way. But yeah, man, we got the same problems no matter where we're at. But yes. Oakland is like, I want to say about 60 miles, about 65 miles. It's about an hour away. Yep. It's about an hour away. That's right, Double T. Yep. I mean, Oakland is worse. Oakland has been worse. It's worse. But what Oakland has that Stockton doesn't have is recreation. Oakland, there's recreation. You got things to do out there. You got some nice restaurants you can go to. You got some clubs you can go to as well. And there's some Black-owned restaurants to check out as well. I remember the last time my wife and I was, when my wife and I, when we get the chance, we like to go to Oakland. When we get the chance and we like to support our community, we like to go to a Black-owned restaurant or do something like that. Just, support. And which I like about Oakland. I mean, you got to remember, Oakland is the home of the Black Panther Party. So Oakland is a tough town, and Oakland it's got a vibe to it. It's just like hustle and toughness and creativity. So like, even though Oakland has a lot of problems, it does. Trust me, it has a lot of problems. My older brother was murdered in East Oakland, on the streets of Oakland, during the year where it was the highest crime. Oakland was number one in murder. It was the top murder city the year that my brother was murdered. But I say that to say that, yeah, Oakland's a tough place. It's tough. It has its problems for sure. Also, you have another problem. You got gentrification is a problem now. Now, gentrification, it hit my family, because my family is originally from Frisco, from San Francisco. It hit my family. We were forced out of Frisco before Oakland. But gentrification is happening everywhere. But Oakland is experiencing that as well. But yeah. Hey, I appreciate that. Appreciate that, Double T. Appreciate that. But yes, I just wanted to make the point that, yeah, Oakland is a tough city for sure. It has its problems, but it has a powerful history to it. And there's things about Oakland that's just, it's encouraging. And, we call it the city. We call it the town. It's the town. It's town biz. It's the town. San Francisco is the city. Oakland is the town. So yeah, for sure. Okay, Riverside, that's like, correct me if I'm wrong, that's by LA, right? I think that's kind of like SoCal. I think that's like Southern California. And LA, when you say you're from LA, I mean, which city are you referring to? I mean, LA is, a lot of people say they're from LA, but they're a lot of people, they could be from a neighbor city, a city that's like right next to it. Kind of like Atlanta. Like everybody say they're from Atlanta, but technically, are you really from Atlanta or from the city right next to Atlanta? Well, it's the same thing with like LA. But yeah, for sure. But yeah, family, Sukkot, if you want to go ahead and just get like a deep dive on Sukkot, check out this video. Hebrew Israelites Thanksgiving and Sukkot. What is Sukkot and how to keep it? How to keep Sukkot. Shemini Atzeret, the 8th day assembly, the last great day. Secrets revealed. Let's not forget about Shemini Atzeret, the 8th day assembly. Now, so also just want to repeat this point that even though we are commanded in Leviticus 23 to keep Sukkot, we are commanded to dwell in booths for 7 days. When you look into the Torah, when you look at the wilderness wanderings of our ancestors, when you look at the 40 years in the wilderness, there is no mention of us dwelling in booths. However, there's mention of us dwelling in tents. That's right. We dwelled in a tent, a ohel tent. But it doesn't say verbatim, we dwelled in a booth. Now, I'm not being messy. I'm just giving an observation. And this observation is not mine. I learned this from my teacher, Nasik Zurishadai Ben Yehuda. He brought up that gem that even though we are commanded to dwell in booths for 7 days, there was no mention of our ancestors dwelling in booths during the 40 years of the wilderness. There's mention of our ancestors dwelling in tents, but booths, you're not going to find that explicitly said. Oh, that's a good question. Shalom, shalom to Ema Bithya. I apologize for yesterday's live stream. It was a technical issue. That's my alibi, and I'm running with it. Further questions? I'll plead the fifth. You said, meant to ask you, King, what foods we eat or cook? Well, this is my perspective. Before it was called Sukkot, in Exodus, it was called the Feast of Ingathering. And just check out that video right here. Check out the video right here. Our Thanksgiving is Sukkot. And I give it like a full breakdown. But in that video, it mentions that Sukkot was originally called the Feast of Ingathering. And during the Feast of Ingathering, you would gather in all the crops of the land. And check it. In this video, I mentioned crops that were grown in the land. So my answer to the question is in the video. I know I ain't right. I know I ain't right for that shameless plug. But my answer, my technical answer, if you want some ideas on things you can cook, go ahead and check out that video. Why? Because in that video, I show what crops grew in Israel. There's also a chart that I show. It shows like the time of year in which those crops grew. So in that video, I show a variety of crops that are grown in Israel and when they are grown. So like you can watch that video and you can get an idea of the things you can use for your Sukkot feast. And I encourage you, family, to go ahead and get your grub on. You don't necessarily have to eat the items. You don't have to necessarily eat the food that is found in the land of Israel. But if you want to just flex on him, you feel me? If you want to take it all the way back and show that you're a real Hebrew, you can do so. You can go ahead and watch my video. You can find out those crops and you can use them in your Sukkot meals. But if not, hey, go ahead and make you some soul food. Hey, it's our Thanksgiving. Go ahead and make some sweet potato pie. If you ask me, our Thanksgiving is Sukkot. Remember, Thanksgiving, well, they try to connect it to agriculture. It has an evil history to it. I did a video on that. I'm going to go ahead and shamelessly plug that. Since I'm in the spirit of shameless plugs, let's go back right here. Let's go to pagan holidays. Cancel Thanksgiving. And here's why. Watch the video and I explain why. But they say Thanksgiving is connected to agriculture. Sukkot is connected to agriculture. We gather in all the crops of the land. We put all the crops in storehouses and we prepare for the rainy season. Why? Because the seventh month marks the closing of the year. The seventh month, Ethanim. Remember, Sukkot is on the 15th day of the seventh month. And in the seventh month, ushers in the completion of the agricultural year. We're coming to the closing of the year in the seventh month. That's right. I'm highlighting that. Sweet potato pie. That's right. Hey, let's keep it black. Let's keep Sukkot black. We don't got to act brand new. We don't got to act weird. We don't got to act strange. We can use what we have in our current diaspora and we can flip it. We can apply it to Sukkot. But if you want to take it all the way back, go ahead and watch my video and I'll show you those items, those crops that are grown in the land of Israel. Oh, okay. So is Godson being a troll? Is God's son being a troll? Yeah, let me go ahead and I'm gonna block God's son. God's son, you guys to go. You're not acting like God's son. You're acting like Hasatan's son. Even on Sukkot, I can give you the boot. I can kick you out of our Sukkot. We're gonna kick you out of our booth. Let me go ahead and find him. He's being a troll. He's being argumentative. God's son. Goodbye now. God's son got kicked out of the booth. Thank you, Double T, for checking him. You checked him out of love. Imabithia deleted his comment, and I had to give him the steel toe. I had to kick him with the steel toe. One of them steel toe construction boots. I'm a carpenter, so steel toes are worn on the field. Oh, right on. I try to lighten up. I'm the goofy Israelite. I like to laugh. I like to joke. But right on, Double T. But he was being just weird though. Like I allow some of his comments here and there. I seen him in the chat. I seen him, but I didn't really know what his angle was at first. But yeah, dude was tripping. That boy tripping. Steel toe. We had to give him the that's like the Tim boots. That's like the New York Tim boot. We had to give him the New York Tim boot. I used to rock the Tims back in the day. Lugs, Funkmaster Flex, lugs, the Tims. Tims was in. You didn't have to be from New York to wear Tims. I had Tims. I had several pair of Tims. Man, I remember my Tims I remember one pair was so big. Like they were like, I want to say about a size too big, but I wore them anyway because it was so fly. They were so clean. I wore them anyway. Man, I looked like I was walking in like moon boots. They were huge. And it's the cost of looking fly though. You want to go to school, you want to look good. I had to stuff it a little bit, make sure I wore them, but they look like moon boots on me. I look like Sonic the Hedgehog. But yeah, family. So those are some of the gems that I wanted to share. And I'm thankful that you joined us tonight. I apologize once again for yesterday's live stream. I'd like to thank everybody in the chat. I'd like to thank everybody listening online. I hope that we continue to celebrate Sukkot. We're like midway into it. I know, Double T, you're about to start here real soon. I believe you said you're about to start tomorrow. I'm going to go ahead and go back up on the comments. I know you're about to start here real soon. Dayton. I said Daytona. Ohio. It's Dayton. I don't know why I'm thinking Daytona 500. That's probably why I said Daytona. Dayton. I know it's Ohio, though. I know it's Dayton. I know it started with like Dayton, something like that. Dayton, Ohio. Yeah, start mine tomorrow. Okay. So you start yours tomorrow. And I know that Divine Prospect, I know they just celebrated Feast of Trumpets like a couple of days ago. So, we're on different schedules, but that's common. We're used to that. Everybody being on different schedules. But I know he just celebrated Yom Teruah, like I want to say Sunday or Monday. Oh, Imabithi, I'm not skipping your question, even though I saw it and then I did forget about it. So I apologize. You said, do I have a place to come? Unfortunately, I don't. Unfortunately, I do not have a sukkah where we could come and we could dwell. But that's a great idea for the future. So I will hold on to that. Imabithia. You guys give me great ideas. I have implemented the ideas that you guys have given me. I actually write them down. Like when I get a sermon idea when I get a live stream idea, when I get an idea such as, do you have a place for us to come? I write it down. I write these ideas down, family, because I desire for this ministry to grow. So I'm going to do what I can. I'm going to do my best to grow the ministry so that it will lead us to opportunities where we could have a sukkah and we could all come and we can all gather at a mutual spot. Now, obviously, not all of us can, depending on where you live, but I know that Imabithia is only an hour and a half away from me. Imabithia is out in San Jose. I'm out in Stockton. But yeah, in the future, that would be a great improvement to the ministry. So thank you, Imabithia, for mentioning that. Yeah. Feast of Trumpet. Yeah, because I get notifications. Yeah, Double C. I get notifications on my channel. I'm subscribed to Moray Ron Shields at Kingdom Harbinger Ministries. And to be honest with you, when I first came into the awakening, I was following the same calendar that he was following. It's called it's a real fancy name. It's like the Menological Sacerdotal or something. Menological Sacerdotal calculator. The Menological Sacerdotal calendar. Don't ask me what that means. Don't ask me how to spell that. Now, Menological has something to do with like month, and the Sacerdotal has something to do with priests. So like when I first came into the awakening, I used to follow his calendar, but I quit. I quit following that calendar. And I also know that Hebrew Nation Building and Divine Prospect, they follow the same calendar. They follow the Menological Sacerdotal calendar, the priestly calendar. I don't follow that calendar anymore. The reason why? Because only a minority of Israelites follow that calendar. That's my reasoning. Now, whether if it's true or not, we can discuss that at another time. Is it the most accurate? We can discuss that at another time. I don't really want to discuss that tonight. But, Divine is a very skilled, very wise, very smart, very intelligent researcher. He's brilliant. He's a genius. Even though you can make the case and say the calendar that Divine Prospects and Hebrew Nation Building follow, even though you can make the argument that their calendar is the most accurate, I stopped following it. The reason why? Because only few Israelites were following it. Most Israelites follow the calendar, the same calendar that the Jewish people follow. If we're just going to keep it a buck, it's a lunar solar calendar. It's a lunar solar calendar, a lunar solar calendar. So I follow that calendar. I follow the same calendar as the Jewish people because that's what most Israelites follow. Most Hebrew Israelites follow the same calendar as the Jewish people. That's why I follow it. I follow it because I follow this calendar because the majority of Israelites are following this calendar. So I was like, hey, if I can't beat them, join them. Right, Double C. And you got those that follow a calendar that they've already celebrated the feast days. So you have like a 2-week difference. So like for example, Divine Prospect, they just celebrated Yom Teruah. Me and the majority of Israelites and the Jewish people, we're in the middle of Sukkot. And for another minority of Hebrew Israelites, they already celebrated Sukkot 2 weeks ago. So there's like a difference of 2 months. It's either a difference of 2 weeks. You're either 2 weeks behind, 2 weeks current or 2 weeks ahead. There's like a 2 weeks difference. Divine, he just celebrated Yom Teruah. We're in the middle of Sukkot, and you got Israelites that already celebrated Sukkot 2 weeks ago. Oh yeah, for sure. It's gonna be like winter time. It's gonna be snowing outside. No, no, I don't know. What is it? Is it? No, it's probably gonna be snowing. No, it's probably gonna be snowing. Yeah, dang. Yeah, they got 2 more weeks to go. A little bit under 2 weeks. A little bit under 2 weeks. It's gonna be like what? October. It's gonna be in the teens. It's gonna be around. It's gonna be right before Halloween. Right before Halloween. You said it's already cold here? Yeah, it's warm here. Stockton weather is a lot like the weather of Israel. We got a lot of similarities. We have hot and dry summers, and we have cold and rainy winters. It doesn't snow much in Israel. You don't deal with snow, not much. You deal with rain. You really have 2 seasons in Israel, the wet season and the dry season. And the same can be said about Stockton. You got really 2 seasons, the wet season and the dry season. And the weather is very similar. I don't know about Dayton, Ohio, but you said it's already cold here. I believe it. Ohio, isn't that like the Rust Belt? That's like what, the Midwest, Rust Belt? Kind of, that's like that region, right? Hot here in the Bay. That's the Bay Area for you, especially San Francisco. That San Francisco weather is funny. I tell you, you could be out here in the Central Valley. It could be like 100 degrees. You go to San Francisco, you want to go to the beach, you want to go to like Baker Beach or something like that. Just, chill, right? To chill with a nice view of the Golden Gate Bridge, and you realize it's 55 degrees. Windy and foggy. While you're wearing shorts and a wife beater and sandals. That's San Francisco weather for you. You can leave Stockton or Sacramento thinking it's going to be hot in San Francisco. You show up to San Francisco in a wife beater and some shorts or some sandals. You're screwed. Don't make that mistake. Make sure you check the weather before you go to Frisco. Frisco will throw you off. It could be sunny here, and then you deal with that overcast, that fogginess. Midwest. Yes. Even though it's not really Midwest, technically, it's more like Mid-East. It's more closer to the East Coast than the West Coast, but if I want to be a dork, it's really closer to the Mid-East, but I guess we call it the Midwest. Whatever. Shalom to Positive Vibes. Thank you for joining us tonight. Happy Sukkot to you and yours. I just revealed some gems. I'm not sure when you came in, Positive Vibes. I know that it's 9:39 where you're at. You're in South Carolina. But yeah. Hopefully, family, we spent some time dwelling in some booths. Now, I try not to dwell in the booths at night because mosquitoes, they love your boy. I don't know why they love me. They love biting me. Man, I already got bit. I already got bit by some mosquitoes just being outside. So, hey, I encourage you to dwell in the booths, family. But hey, you don't gotta be there all night long now. You don't gotta be up all up under the booth all night long, all day long. But hey, do as much as you can, family. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Maybe they like hot sauce because I eat a lot of hot sauce. Maybe mosquitoes like hot sauce. I don't know. Jumanji bugs. I have to Google that. What's a Jumanji bug? Like the movie Jumanji with The Rock and Kevin Hart. I'm gonna Google that. What's a Jumanji bug? Let me see. It was cool going to the South 2 years ago. My wife and I, we went to Atlanta. We also went to Savannah, Georgia to visit the first African church of Savannah, Georgia. In that church, you find Hebrew writing. I did a whole vlog on that. Okay, well, I typed it in. It's showing mosquitoes, which I want nothing to do with. I don't want nothing to do with no mosquitoes. And they already gave me the business. I thought there was something actually called a Jumanji bug. I actually looked into it. I'm like, what's a Jumanji bug? Oh, right on. Okay. I believe it. I believe it. Yeah, the South is different. When my wife and I, we went, yeah, it's different. Well, she spent some time in the South. I've never been in the South. Yeah, it's different. I thought everybody being so polite and hospitable, that was different. Stockton, that is not the Stockton way. You see somebody, it's common just to walk right past them and not even say nothing. It's common to open the door for somebody as they're coming in, as they're walking in, you open the door, they walk right past you, not even look at you, not even say nothing. That's the Stockton way. When you don't get something, when something happens strange, when something just doesn't make sense, we just say it's Stockton. Just Stockton. What do you expect? Stockton. Yeah, Florida, amazing. See, and like, yeah, Savannah is like not too far from, well, actually, it's a little bit of a distance from Florida. Well, is it? I have to look on a map. Oh man, now I'm putting myself on the spot. My geography skills or lack of. But I know that Savannah is more like to the east. It's like southeast. But we actually did spend some time in Valdosta, which is by Florida. It's like north of Florida. It's actually in Georgia. It's like South Georgia, but it's getting toward the border of Florida. So my wife and I, we did spend some time in Valdosta. Yeah, I'm not used to the politeness. It's just strange. It was just like very weird. I'm used to people just ignoring you, just walking right past you, not even saying nothing. I'm used to the rudeness. I don't know if we're as rude as New Yorkers. I know New Yorkers, they're known for being extremely rude and disrespectful, but I feel like we're up there somewhere. On the rudeness scale, we up there, fam. ATL, he said, you've been in Atlanta so many times. Yeah, we got to go back because my wife and I, we didn't, man, there's so much to do. And I wish we spent more time because there's so much science, sightseeing, so much things we could have done. But hey, next opportunity, absolutely got to go back to Atlanta. And I will say this: I don't know, bros. I don't know how you feel about this, but this was, to me, this is what I did see. I remember driving past Tyler Perry Studios. Man, Tyler Perry Studios is bigger than some towns. It's bigger than some cities. Tyler Perry Studios is huge. I just seen it from the outside. Of course, it was blocked off and things like that, but it was huge, family. I'm like, is this like another part of Atlanta? I know we just went through Bankhead. Is this another part? Like, it was huge, family. My wife and I, we had a great time in Atlanta, but yeah, we got to go back. We got to run that back. That's like one of those cities you go to. Yeah, we got to run that back. Got to run it back. You said I'm from New York, and they always thought I was strange. Well, you said they thought I was strange. I wonder why you say so. Like, why you thought you were strange? You say you're from New York, so I wonder. Go ahead and clarify that with me. But yeah. Well, no matter where they're at, no matter where I'm at, they all think I'm strange. Byron Wheeler, yeah, my wife and I, we got family out in New Orleans. We plan on visiting New Orleans for sure. My wife tells me about New Orleans all the time. You got to remember, we got, I know that you're, what's the word I'm looking for? Man, I need some more water. I need a drink. what's the word I'm looking for? Um, Not Cajun. That's not the word I'm looking for. Somebody help me, please. Help me, please. Read my mind. Read my mind for me. It'll come back. Let me go ahead and get to the next comment. Let's see. Hey, babe. We got family that are from New Orleans. Well, it's not Cajun. I'm sorry, your boy's tripping. Creole. Thank you, Creole. Hey, Creole for that. Sound the alarm. Yes. My wife and I, we have family that are the Creole. We got Creole in our family, and yeah, New Orleans. I hear the food is off the hook. Thank you, Creole. Thank you, Creole. The food I heard is. One of our next spots to visit. Yeah, Byron Willer is. He's boasting about Louisiana, and I was just sharing with the chat that my wife keeps telling me that we got to go see some family out in New Orleans for sure. I heard the people are friendly down there. It's like party vibes. Yep. He Do you know he actually knows some Creole too. Byron Willer said Conseco Sal. He put me on some game. Means so. I know buku. You know buku? What's buku mean? Family, what's buku mean? Buku. When he said Conseco Sal, I could have just said buku. That should have been my response. Yellowstone, hey, you can't sleep on the national parks. Hey, I know that probably surprised you, but yeah, Yellowstone is fascinating because like the more we get tapped into our culture, the more we go like outside of our comfort zone. Some of us love the outdoors, some of us don't, but some of us will learn to appreciate it. And I learned to appreciate the outdoors from a distance. I love appreciating the outdoors from Google Maps. Oh, okay. And possibly the Geechee people of Savannah also. If you Geechee, then we're probably related because I'm Geechee. That's right, family. I got Geechee in my family. we might be related. Positive vibes. Yeah, Geechee to be technical too, because Geechee, Gullah Geechee, they're interchangeable, but Gullah refers to South Carolina and Geechee refers to Georgia to be technical. But yes, Gullah Geechee culture has a connection with Hebrew culture. I did a video called, you see me on the title like this. It's called Black History is Hebrew History. And I show that Gullah Geechee language and Hebrew have connection. That's right. There's a connection between Gullah Geechee language and Hebrew. Because remember, Gullah Geechee it's a what's the word I'm looking for? It's a Creole language. But it's a mixture of Niger Congo languages, and Niger Congo languages contains Hebrew words. So within the Niger Congo languages are Hebrew. You have Hebrew within the Niger Congo languages. So there's a connection. And the Gullah Geechee was able to preserve many of the African traditions and ways. They were able to bring those traditions and those customs into the diaspora, into South Carolina and into Georgia. And also, the Gullah Geechee also went into Florida as well, because the Gullah Geechee fought against the United States military. Did you know that? The Gullah Geechee people fought against the Union. The Gullah Geechee fought against the Union. They used guerrilla warfare tactics. They went into Florida. The Gullah Geechee went into Florida and used the environment to their advantage. And the war went on for like about 50 years. It went on for about 50 years. And the Gullah Geechee warriors were one of the baddest warriors, period. Period. So yeah, go ahead and check out the Gullah Geechee War, where they fought against the United States Union, the North, the Union. The United States, the Gullah Geechee fought against the United States for it was about over a 50-year war. And it was, the Gullah Geechee used guerrilla warfare. You know, eventually, maybe I should do a video on that. Let's see, should I do a video on that? Maybe I should read an article on that. Maybe I should cover that at another time. But yeah, eventually the war ended, and also some of the warriors actually joined the military and actually received like Purple Hearts or high awards of valor. So it's really fascinating that fact is not taught in school, that the Gullah Geechee people fought against the United States military. So yeah, but Gullah Geechee culture preserves Hebrewisms. There are Hebrewisms within Geechee culture. Yeah, double T, for sure. Yeah, go ahead and look into it. I actually have an article. I have to plan for a time. I have to look into my article. I gotta look at my schedule, see when I would bring that out. But yeah, for sure. Also, they were known as a nickname. The Gullah Geechee were known as the Black Seminoles. That's a nickname, the Black Seminoles. So if you look in those terms, double T, the Hebrew, Gullah Geechee War, the Black Seminoles, that will lead you down to that information that I was bringing out. Oh, you knew that, right on. Salute. That's right. Sound the alarm. And we can't forget, I don't know how old you are, but I'm 37. And one of my favorite shows as a kid was Gullah Gullah Island. Do I Got a Witness? Let's see if I still remember the song. Man, I'm gonna put myself on the spot. I gotta remember the lyrics. Let's see. Come and let's play together in the bright sunny weather. Let's all come to Gullah Gullah Island. Gullah Gullah. Binya. Y'all remember Binya Binya? Binya Pollywog? You remember that, double C? You remember that show, Gullah Gullah Island, on Nickelodeon? Come and let's play together in the bright sunny weather. Let's all go to Gullah Gullah Island. Gullah Gullah. Love that show. That's right. We got some witnesses. That's right, family. Okay. Oh, okay. You can look up Zendeco music. Okay. Yeah, we have some classics. Thundercats. I don't know. These cartoons these days are weird. I don't know if they're for adults or children. But then again, if we really think about it, some of the cartoons, there was things in our cartoons, I ain't gonna lie, like Dexter's Laboratory. I ain't gonna lie. The mom, though, Bruce, the mom, stop it. Yeah. There's some things in cartoons you don't realize as a kid, but until you get older, it's like, oh, how did that make it in there? Oh, I get it. Adults are watching this. I mean, SpongeBob SquarePants. I mean, to me, that's pretty obvious. That's for children and adults. And then Adult Swim. I mean, that's for adults. But yeah, I remember watching cartoons like Dexter's Laboratory, where it seemed all cool, but then as an adult, you watch it back, you're like, whoa. Man, The Simpsons. Oh yeah, The Simpsons. Oh, boy, that was teenage, adult. But I ain't gonna lie, double T. We have some weird cartoons too. I mean, Thundercats. I think Thundercats cool. Captain America, Super Friends, anything Cartoon Network for me. I was a Cartoon Network head. Garfield, man, I used to always watch Garfield and get hungry and wish we had the same food in my refrigerator. Sorry, family. Sorry, parents. You always made sure we had enough, but man, our kitchen never looked like Garfield's. Our sandwiches never looked like Scooby-Doo's. That was my show right there. Scooby-Doo, Flintstones, Jetsons. Was it two crazy dogs? Two stupid dogs? Two stupid dogs? But then we had some weird cartoons like Ren and Stimpy. And then we got reference earlier too, Beavis and Butthead. That was totally for teenagers. Man. It's the feast days, so I'm not going to go further deeper on Beavis and Butthead. I'll reserve some of those jokes off camera. Yeah, Cat Dog. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You have some, King of the Hill. Like, so I ain't gonna lie, we was kind of some hypocrites too, Double T. I mean, if we really think about it, I mean, we have some cool cartoons, but some of these went just too far, though. Arthur was my show. I used to like Arthur. I don't know if y'all know about Arthur. I don't know what kind of animal. What was Arthur? Hey, babe, what was Arthur? Was he like an aardvark or something? Anteater? What was he? What was Arthur? He was like in the third grade forever. Oh, man. Scooby-Doo had that ABC. Yeah. Yeah, and it was always high. I felt like that was always high. There was always high on some shrooms or weed or something. Some psychedelics. You gotta remember, this is what, the 60s or 70s? Classics though. Oh, that's right. Okay, you got a witness. I got a witness. Okay, yeah, Arthur. Yeah, that was my show. I think I watched probably like every episode. I don't know if they still making them, but I mean, yeah, our kids got some weird cartoons, but man, when we really think about it, we ain't right either. We we full of it too. Hippie, yeah, it was like hippies. So it's like what, 60s, like late 60s. Hanna-Barbera. Hanna-Barbera, man, they make some classic cartoons. I mean, you talk about the Flintstones, Jetsons, Scooby-Doo. And I ain't gonna lie, I had several of their Bible series. I don't know if you know about that, family, but Hanna-Barbera, they made like the Ten Commandments, Moses and Pharaoh and the Ten Commandments. I remember Pharaoh. The voice of Pharaoh was James Earl Jones. That's right. James Earl Jones did the voice for Pharaoh. They also did, of course, the Easter story, quote unquote. They did Queen Esther. They did a bunch of Bible stories. Samson, but I remember having like several of them around the house. I remember watching them. Joseph and his brothers. Yep, we got a witness. Yep, right on. Yeah, they sure did. Yeah, I had several of them and on VHS. Now, by the look at this chat, I think we all know what VHS is. We all know about them tapes. Yeah, 90s was wild though. It was. It's crazy. it was like a while ago, but it seemed like it really wasn't. That's how fast time flies. And you're talking 90s, man, no social media. You had the internet, kind of, sort of. Yeah, Windows 95, Windows 98. But I mean, internet was not the same how it is now. I mean, AOL days, yeah, times have changed a lot. VHS, yep. I remember recording the 49er games, San Francisco 49er games. I remember that was one of my chores, was recording 49er games and then watching it. It was cool because, like, my family, we grew up in the church, but sometimes there was a period of time where I didn't have to go to church, which I was really happy about. And I remember I had to record the 49er games. That way, when my pops came home, he can watch the San Francisco 49ers, because during the day he's at church, preaching, doing ministry. But when he comes home, he can watch Steve Young and Jerry Rice and the whole crew. The Magic School Bus. Yes. That brings me back to kindergarten, first grade. That's like first grade. I ain't seen Magic School Bus since the first grade. Dang. That's one of those cartoons, I don't know if like trickled down. I felt like it was big then and then it just died off. They're probably on their 50th season and I'm not even aware of it. But it seemed like that was like really big then and they just stopped making them. Maybe they're still making them. I don't know. But it kind of reminds me of like Schoolhouse Rock, where you had all those, function, what's your function? Conjunction, junction, what's your function? You had all these videos that show you like how to learn grammar. But yeah. He said, "No, these children can't read." Dang. I mean, you ain't lying though. It's some good old days. Wow. And this is totally impromptu, family. The name of the lesson. Y'all remember? Y'all remember even the name of today's episode? Let me go ahead and bring it up because I kind of forgot. Secrets of Sukkot sacrifices. I've been covering them, family. So if you're wondering the secrets of Sukkot, I brought up some gems earlier in the video. So for those who just came in and wondering, what is y'all talking about? Hey, we just talking about life. We just kicking it. Family. Hopefully you're kicking it right now in your booth, in your hut, in your tent, in your canopy. Or if you did that earlier, I totally understand, because I'm not going to do that now because it's nighttime. There's mosquitoes out. That's right. We just cooling it. We chilling, family. We chilling. We kicking it. And this was a makeup because I went live yesterday and, my live stream crashed. So this is a makeup live stream, family. Yeah, we should do this more often, for sure. We should do this more often. We could just, shoot the can or kick. Yeah, shoot the can. Oh yeah, I gotta go Google it and act like I know what you're talking about. I gotta Google what and act like what you talk. I gotta Google what you're talking about. Rama room. Hemobithia talking about Rama room. Vintage right here. This is vintage Rama room. I gotta Google what it's about, Hemobithia. Let's see. I'm Googling it right now, off screen. Oh, okay. It's an American children's television series. I'm gonna go. Yeah, Rama, kick the can. There we go. I wanted to say something else, but it's Sukkot. That's why you saw that pause there. You saw that delay in my speech because I'm like, shoot the can. Yeah, this is from Ema Bithia is putting us on game right here. Rama Room. If you got the same question I got, it's right here, family. Rama Room. Romper Room is an American children's television series that was franchised and syndicated from 1953 to 1994. Dang, that had a long run. 1953 to 1994. How do I don't know about this? I was a kid. I should know about this. The program targeted preschoolers, children 5 years of age or younger, and was created and produced by Bert Claster and his presenter wife, Nancy Claster of Claster Television. Sally Claster, Belle Gelbard, their daughter, later trained hostesses. The national version was presented by Nancy Terrell and filmed in Baltimore from its inception in 1953. Woo! That's longevity right there. 1953 to 1994. I don't know nothing past 1980. I love the honesty. 40 years. Yeah, that's a long time. Let's see. Let me go off screen. Yeah, I'm trying to see if it rings a bell. Maybe I've seen it and didn't realize it. Let me look at some photos. The Romper Room. Okay, yeah, these photos do not look familiar. Sorry, Imabithia, these photos do not look familiar. I'm trying to recollect. I can't do it. Let's see. Y'all remember the Romper Room? Romper Room. Was it kind of like Sesame Street? Kind of remind me of Sesame Street. Is this Sesame Street before Sesame Street? Is this the OG of Sesame Street? I do remember it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, a beautiful day in the some neighbor, would you be mine? Would you be mine? What's his name? Mr. What's his name? It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. I used to watch that. What's his name? Goodness. Hey, babe. What's the name of It's a Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood? Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. Yeah, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. I remember watching that. Thomas the Train. I remember watching that as well. The Magic School Bus, as mentioned. Sesame Street, of course, Sesame Street. Yeah, but the Romper Room, that's vintage right there. That's OG status. Doug, oh, that was my show. Doug on Nickelodeon. That was my show. Because Doug, he liked to draw. He liked to write. He liked to write in his journal. Patty Mayonnaise. Roger Klotz. Y'all remember Roger Klotz? He's always pick on Doug. What's his name? Skeeter. Remember Doug's best friend's name? Skeeter. Y'all remember Skeeter? Y'all remember Skeeter? Hey, that's the brother's name, Skeeter. Hey, Arnold. Yeah, football head. He had a football head. Hey, Arnold. Yeah, that was a classic. He's had a little hat in the middle and a little hair on the side. Man, I ain't seen these cartoons in years, family. Goodness gracious. That's right. He's gonna be like, "Hey, Skeet." He's call him Skeet. Oh man, we have some classics, man. We have some good ones. Those good old days. It's cool, watching with your children. In my case, we don't have any children. I got nephews and nieces. So sometimes I get to reminisce a little bit when I watch cartoons with them. While they're watching cartoons, I'll come in the room and check it out. So, I will see their weird cartoons that they're watching today. But then some of them I'm like, okay, they do. That's like some remakes. I know they remade the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Man, they totally remade that. The classics was fire. The original classic Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was classic. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Hero in a half shell. Turtle power. Hey. Man, I wish I knew the lyrics. Michelangelo's a party dude. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Yeah, we sure did. We sure did. Yeah, and I've been fell off, as you can tell. This is totally on topic on Sukkot. As you can tell, this is part of the lesson. This is part of what I wanted to share. Yes, that's right, though. The original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Now, when those cartoons came out, they're a little ahead of my time, but I got to see the replay. I got to see the reruns, a handful of them. I got to see a handful of those reruns, and I bet you don't know this. I'm going to ask this question. I'm going to ask you double C. I'm going to ask you this double C. Anybody in the chat can take a chance at this. And I'm finna close. I'm finna get out of here. Who was the voiceover of Master Shredder? Of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the original. Who was the voiceover of Master Shredder? That lets me know like how. Well, you have to Google that. You would have to probably Google that. You probably, if you're a kid, you probably wouldn't know. As an adult, you have to look back and see. Yes. Classic voiceover. Classic voiceover. I'll give you a hint. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. This person was on the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. He did the voice for Master Shredder, the villain of the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That should be a prize question. I don't have a prize, family, other than a congratulations. Oh, he said Jeffrey. That's a good guess. That's a good guess. That is a good guess. No, it's not really a good guess. Come on, Jeffrey got an English accent. Master Shredder's from Japan. That's not a good guess. I'll take that back. I don't know. Jeffrey doing? I'm going to go ahead and give it away because we're going to be here all night. No, I didn't know what he said. Wait, hold on. Barney was a black dude for real? I didn't know that. Woo! Hey, babe. You know Barney was black? Who was that? Barney. Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know he was black. Yeah, Double C said he's black. Oh, yeah, I didn't know that. Yeah. Well, he's purple black. Boom. Prince of Bel-Air. Yes. I'll go ahead and give it away because I ain't got no prizes to give anyway. If I had some prizes, I bet somebody get it by now. But James Avery. James Avery did the voice for Master Shredder, the bad guy. James Avery. Yes. Uncle Phil. Uncle Phil did the voice. And love and memory. Those turtles. I'm telling you, just watch like one of those clips from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Watch like Master Shredder, and then listen to Master Shredder, and then you'll hear James Avery's voice. Yeah. Oh, real quick. Oh, I'm gonna throw this one too. And Sonic the Hedgehog. I don't know if y'all watch Sonic the Hedgehog, but the person who did Sonic the Hedgehog, Jaleel White. Jaleel White. Steve Urkel. Steve Urkel. Right. So not only was Barney black, Sonic was black. Barney was purple black. Sonic was blue black. I'll be here all day. Okay, I'm about to get out of here. Yes, Mr. Rogers. Yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you, Ima. Thank you, Ima Mardia. Thank you. Thank you. That's right. Yeah, that's right, Double T. Like the Hedgehog, like in them like early 90s, the cartoons in the early 90s. Jaleel White. Jaleel White. Steve Urkel was the voiceover for Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic was black. Blue black, that is. Yeah. And Shredder was black as well. James Avery. Yep. Beneath the mask, behind the mask. Master Shredder was a black man. He was a black man. That's right. Thundercats. Yeah, we got some classics, fam. See, I'm gonna go ahead and share this for proof. Look, y'all, right here. Bam. Those turtles. Captain Kangaroo. Let me go off screen. Let me pull up Captain Kangaroo. Is this what you're referring to, Ima Maria? Right here? Captain Kangaroo? Captain Kangaroo. TV series, 1955 to 1992. Woo! Yeah, I'm familiar with how it sounds, Captain Kangaroo. I don't know if I watched an episode. Maybe I did, and I was like a little kid. But it sounds familiar, Captain Kangaroo. That's right. Oh, really? Oh, man. Yes, yes, it's good. Yeah, he makes some money doing voiceovers. Oh, yeah, yeah. Let me prove to y'all Sonic is black. Look, Sonic the Hedgehog is black. I actually knew this back in the day, too, because I remember reading the credits, and it said at the end, Jaleel White. And I'm like, oh, it's Steve Urkel. Because I used to watch Family Matters religiously. I probably seen every episode, every single episode of Family Matters. That was my show. So I knew Steve Urkel's real name. I knew it was Jaleel White. So when I used to see his name in the credits, bam, there you go, Jaleel White. Jaleel White on Sonic the Hedgehog. See right here, original voice of Sonic. It's like the old school right here. Bam. We set the trends. Mr. Green Jones, Mr. Green Jeans, Mr. Green Jeans. Let me go ahead and get that off screen. Saved by the Bell. That was my show too. Well, my sisters used to watch that. I used to watch it with them. But that's a good show. I like Saved by the Bell. It was cool because it's like California by the beach, Family Matters, Fresh Prince, of course. We've seen like every episode. Every time we're in a hotel, every time me and my wife are at a hotel, We always watch Fresh Prince. We always throw back the old episodes. We're always watching them old Martin episodes. And Boy Meets World. Yeah, Boy Meets World. That was classic too. I wish I remember Saved by the Bell's theme song. I don't remember it. I just remember it's all right because I'm saved by the because I'm saved by the because I'm saved by the bell. It's all right. I wish I knew the theme song. I was like, when I wake up in the morning, I wish I knew the words. Yeah, we had some classic episodes. It's all right. Cause I'm saved by the Cause I'm saved by the Cause I'm saved by the bell. I'm telling you, the theme song is so important. The theme song gets you hyped for the show. If the theme song sucks, you might not want to watch the show. Right? I'm telling you, that theme song for Sister Sister, like you gotta watch the episode. I used to watch Sister Sister with my sisters all the time too. Sister Sister. Y'all remember Sister Sister? Sister Sister. Sister, sister, I've got my own mind. And then they go in there like, ow, how, oh, 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 how, ow, oh, said sister, sister, sister. Classic. Jamie Foxx, here go Jamie Foxx, here I come once again. Here go Jamie Foxx, here I come, here I I can't stop laughing, okay. How it go? Here I come, here I come, here I go. Tonight's the night, you can check out my flow. Time to get it started, you know what to do. Dun, 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 dun. If you want to. Here go Jamie Foxx, here I come once again. Here come Jamie Foxx. We have some classics, family. In living color. How you living? What? How you living? What? How you living? In living color. You can dance to if you want to. Dun, 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 dun. Anything you want to be in living color. I'm trying to remember the lyrics. That was Heavy D. That was Heavy D. No need to turn your remote. No need to grab your remote control. Chill. This show's got soul. On a board. On a board. You better snuggle up, cuddle up in the double. The funniest things in life you'll see. So fellas, grab your girl and tell her that you love her. Because this is why we live in movie. In living color. Go, 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 go. With the Fly Girls? Oh, come on now. The Fly Girls? Man, that was kind of like man, Keenan Ivory Wayans really did some amazing things with that show, Living Color. Because having the Fly Girls, that was different. And then the cast, having a variety of castaway, and then like a lot of people from that cast, Jamie Foxx, Damon Wayans, like all the Wayans, all of them, even Kim Wayans as well. Sean Wayans was the DJ, SW1. Goodness gracious. Who else? Jim Carrey, of course, Jim Carrey, David Allen Greer, so on and so on. That's right, Jim Carrey. So many people got roles from that show. And Jennifer Lopez was one of the Fly Girls. That's right. Thank you, Ima Bithia. Shalom, shalom to you, Ima. Thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you for laughing with us and goofing off with us and reminiscing with us as well, because we're chilling on Sukkot. We're having good vibes. This is Sukkot vibes. And I hope that you have a blessed evening. All praises to our great King. Coswell Park. So I gotta Google that. Coswell Park. Sukkot. Coswell Park. What city is that? Sukkot turns. Is this New York? New York City? Are you referring to New York City? I'm not sure if Ima Bithia left, but yeah, go ahead. Yeah, give us some edification on that if you can, Ima Bithia, if you're still there. If not, I'm gonna go ahead and close out, family. Thank you for reminiscing with us. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joking with us. I'm glad that you tuned in. I'm glad that you checked out the gems that I shared on Sukkot and the sacrifices of Sukkot. And let's continue to have a blessed time, a good time. Let's not be religious. Let's not be rigid. Let's have fun. Let's be free. And let's make sure that we love our Creator with all of our heart, all of our soul, and all of our might. Let's love our neighbor and let's love ourselves. You said no near you? Okay, not near. Okay, I was just wondering. Coswell Park. Okay. But yes, but that was a great idea that you gave, Ima Bithia. I'm going to keep that in mind for sure. For sure. Is in your area? Coswell Park is in your area? Let's see. Coswell Park, Stockton. Okay. Well, that's a nice suggestion. Okay. Told out. Thank you, Ima Bithia. Thank you, family, for joining us tonight. Let's make sure that we have a blessed evening. Let's enjoy Sukkot. And I will see you tomorrow. on the Shabbat word. I will be in the chat, family. I'll be live in the chat. Join us tomorrow for Shabbat service. I'll go ahead and say that tomorrow, Shabbat service starts at 7 o'clock p.m. Pacific time. I repeat, 7 o'clock p.m. Pacific time. Join us on the Shabbat word. We have prayer, we have praise music, and we have preaching. Join us on the Shabbat word. I'd like to thank everybody in the chat and everybody listening online. All glory to our great King. I'm Moray Jaden Israel. Until next time. Shalom, fam.